Is Dr. Mary Edwards, in fact, Darrell Brooks Jr.'s grandmother? Welcome to the Everything Else channel here on YouTube, brand new channel. Please like the video at any point in time if you support it. Also, please subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. That way you don't miss a single video. And leave a comment down below, whether you agree with me, disagree with me, criticize me, have a question, have a concern. It might be the subject of my next video. So there's a lot of talk all over social media about whether or not Mary is in fact related to Darrell Brooks Jr. A lot of people cite the Norman Nix show where Erica Patterson was interviewed, and Norman read a list of names, one of which was Mary. And Erica hadn't the faintest idea who that was. Now, Erica is somebody that lived with Darrell. They have a child together. They have had an on and off relationship for years. So, you know, it stands to reason if she's never heard the name Mary Edwards or Mary at all from Detroit, no less. I mean, they actually even said from Detroit, she didn't know who that was. So a lot of people believe that Mary was not in fact related to Darrell. However, other people have said that Darrell is Mary's grandson because Mary is Darrell's father's mother. And if that's the case, then she's every bit his grandma. So that discussion kind of goes back and forth. And even though I had some videos over at the Sight Sounds Flavors YouTube channel, which videos on Waukesha and the Alex Murdaugh trial and other things really didn't fit at the Sight Sounds Flavors channel because that's a tourism page about music and food and travel. I removed the videos from there and I'm redoing the videos here. I didn't take them from there and put them over here. No, but what I did is I erased those videos. I'm watching them now with hindsight being 2020 in June 2023, knowing what I know now. And I'm going to remake those videos with my current perspective and put them here at the Everything Else channel. And hopefully we'll have discussion here like we had discussion there. But, you know, I have to be honest with you. The issue of the family is something that a lot of people are really torn with. You've got the people that think they're related. You've got the people that think that they're not. And the people that think that they're not see Mary as purely an opportunist. And the people that say that she is related, they also kind of see her as an opportunist because here's the fact. When Don Woods made that ridiculous presentation of Maya Angelou's A Caged Bird to talk about the suffering of her son, a poem that was actually about battered women, which is so ironic and so wrong on so many levels that Don would use that poem. Darrell cried. And Don made numerous references to Darrell, to his suffering, to the pain that she had as a mother. But then you look at Mary's presentation. And Mary's presentation was hardly at all about Darrell. Darrell was totally disengaged. He didn't cry. He didn't show any kind of facial expression, hand gestures, nothing. It was just, he was just listening. And what Mary did was promote, you know, a podcast, a website, outreach work, a church, but she didn't talk hardly at all about Darrell Brooks. And so a lot of people had a sort of a weird taste in their mouth after that presentation. Also, she started out by saying that she wasn't the Wicked Witch of the West. So it was really all about Mary and very little about Darrell. And you could tell that Darrell was kind of annoyed. He was not really, you know, if you rank the witnesses, because he said he was going to have like 20, 30 witnesses, he had 3. The most important witness, I would say, was Dawn. Then there was that roommate of his. And then it was his grandma. His grandma wasn't, and then did anybody pick up on the fact that his grandfather, or at least the man that Mary was married to, was in the room, but then he wasn't, and then he never showed up, and then he wasn't a witness for Darrell? Again, it just seemed like just an opportunity to grandstand. And I don't know when Dr. Mary Edwards' podcast came out, but it seems like they came out right around the trial because she only has like 10 of them or something like that. And she has one on mental health, which just so happens to be what she talked about at the trial. It just seemed like somebody just trying to milk a really, really sad and outrageous situation for some self-promotion, free self-promotion. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is whether or not Mary should be using the term doctor to refer to herself. You know, she called herself Dr. Mary. She had the big backdrop in the background that said Dr. Mary. Is she really a doctor? A lot of people say that the School of Divinity that she went to doesn't have an actual campus. They said it's a fake address. I don't know if it is or it isn't. I'm going to look into it. Maybe I should have looked into it before making this video, but I'm putting out my cards on the table. I'm going to look into it. But assuming that it doesn't have a physical location, that's suspect. Other people have said that it's a diploma mill. Basically, there is no actual criteria. There is no actual education. You pay, you get a diploma. And then other people have made a very strong argument that a doctor of divinity is an honorary doctorate. And they've also made the point that a lot of people that have PhDs, like for example in economics, don't go around calling themselves doctor. Now, I went to Miami-Dade Community College, which is now Miami-Dade College. Fantastic school. And some of the members of the history department that had PhDs would sign or would call themselves doctor. Now, you can do that. It's okay. You're not a medical doctor, but you are a doctor. A chiropractor is a doctor of chiropractic. They can call themselves doctor, even though they're not medical doctors. It's not illegal, and it's not unethical in the sense of if you're calling yourself a doctor in academia, people know that you're a doctor because of, a liberal art or, business or whatever. They understand that if they come down with an ailment or they break their leg, they're not going to go to a doctor of history or a doctor of philosophy to cure them because they understand that the PhD is based on philosophy or history or whatever subject it is. And the same thing with a chiropractor. People understand that they're a doctor of chiropractic. They're not going to go to a chiropractor if they've got, a fever, or if they have, a skin lesion. You know what I mean? So people understand. But the thing is, when you've got somebody that's calling themselves Dr. Mary, and they're talking about mental health, and they went to what could be a diploma mill that doesn't have a physical campus, and a lot of people have said that although it has a website, it's highly sus. It's like a suspicious website. It's kind of like a scammy looking website. Again, a doctorate of divinity is, I don't know. And so I'm surprised that nobody has taken her to task in the court for that. But again, she was there to give a statement, as, for the defense. She wasn't, giving any expert testimony. She wasn't a witness to the event. She was just there basically to speak on Darrell. And she might have done that for about 10, 20 seconds, if that. She spent the whole time talking about her and her work. And with that backdrop, it was just like a shameless, in my opinion, a shameless attempt at free promo. And she got a lot of promo. And a lot of people have a lot of misgivings about Dr. Mary Edwards. Should she call herself a doctor? Is she a doctor? Is she related to the family? Lots of questions about Mary that I don't know if we can answer or not definitively. But again, if she is in fact Darrell Brooks Jr.'s father's mother, then she is every bit his grandmother. And if she's not, then I don't know. And it's interesting that Dawn didn't talk about Dr. Mary at all. It's interesting that the roommate didn't talk about Dr. Mary at all. It's interesting that Erica didn't know anything about Dr. Mary at all. Didn't even recognize the name. So I don't know. I really don't know. It's a mystery to us all. And another aspect of this trial that we just can't seem to stop talking about. So again, I would love to read your comments, any insights you may have. If you have proof that Dr. Mary, in fact, completed a doctorate of divinity course of study and actually got a real degree from a real institution, by all means, leave it in the comments, leave links. I'm not going to censor anything. I want to know the truth. And if you have any actual proof that she is, in fact, Darrell Brooks's father's mother, put a link. We want to know. We don't want to live in uncertainty and speculation. We want to know. But up until now, I haven't seen anything that makes the case. And so, we were left to speculating. But as I said, the Everything Else channel here on YouTube will have a lot of the Darrell Brooks trial, and then the Darrellisms like, is this a rush to judgment, tacit agreement, honor your oath, subject matter jurisdiction, lawful law. I mean, all the nonsense and all the sovereign citizen stuff that he raised, all of it, and then some will be on here. The appeal, the Alex Murdaugh trial, the stupidity of Conor McGregor, It will all be here because after all, it's everything else. Everything else channel here on YouTube. Again, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you for the next one.